Hey, this is Mark Spoonhour at Laptop Magazine, and today we're here with the iPhone 4S. This is Apple's new flagship smartphone, available for AT&T, Sprint, and Verizon. It goes for $199. We're going to show you everything that's new on the inside with Apple's new flagship device, and that includes a new dual-core processor, an 8-megapixel camera, as well as a mind-blowingly brilliant Siri personal assistant that uses your voice. This is our full review of the iPhone 4S. Okay, so one of the most talked about features with the iPhone 4S is Siri, and it's a pretty groundbreaking personal assistant that uses the power of your voice and the dual-core processor inside. And to activate, all you have to do is just long press on the home button. What steakhouses are near me? And Siri will go out and find results from Yelp. And watch this, you can change your results just by uttering a new phrase. How about Mexican? So you notice I didn't even have to say restaurants that time. It just knew that we were sort of in a string of a conversation, and it utilizes context. With Siri, you can do a lot of other stuff like schedule appointments. Schedule an appointment with John Spoonhour tomorrow at noon. So Siri is not only smart enough to schedule a meeting automatically for you using the calendar app, it could recognize when there is a conflict, and you can say something like, move to 2 o'clock. Move to 2 o'clock.
Okay, I'll make that change to your meeting.
So again, this is just part of the conversation that I was talking about that Siri enables you to have. And you can do a lot of other stuff with Siri too. Just long press the home button, look at the info button to the right, and you can see all the other stuff that you can do. And that includes working with Wolfram Alpha, and there's a lot of questions that you can ask, including just calculating the tip on your bill. So, Siri is definitely not just there for novelty. It has a lot of real usefulness, and you can use this for dictating messages too. Even though the iPhone 4S has a very similar iconic design to the interface on the outside, iOS 5 on the inside has a lot of cool new features that save you time. So I'll give you an example right here. Similar to Android, but a lot sleeker looking. You have a pull-down notification drawer, and that can show you mail, Twitter updates. You can see the latest weather, calendar events, and stocks sticking here. So it's a lot more dynamic than you might find on Android. It's not as customizable, but you can get all of your information at a glance. And the other thing that we like about iOS 5 when it comes to notifications is that the alerts aren't as in your face. So if we go back here, we took a screenshot of what it looks like. See here? It's just a little banner at the top of the screen. You can set it so that it's in the middle, but we prefer this approach a lot more. You can dig into the notifications so that you can set how you want notifications to appear based on the type of application that you're talking about. The other big improvement with iOS 5 is that you now have Twitter integration. So that means if you're looking at a website, and you want to share that with someone, all you have to do is just tweet it right from here. And you can see that there's a thumbnail of what you want to send, and you can just type your message and send it off. One thing that iOS doesn't have that we wish it did is the same type of integration when it comes to Facebook. But hopefully that'll come in a later update. All right, so the iPhone 4S is definitely living in the cloud, the iCloud, and what that means is that you're getting access to Apple servers and everything that can do for you. So one great example is just being able to download apps that you may have purchased on other devices, iOS devices, just by going under the iTunes store, and then once you click on purchase, you'll see the apps that you may have downloaded for free or bought, and you can just download them again with a tap. And all you have to do is just look for this little cloud icon. One of the coolest things about iCloud, though, is the synchronization of photos across all of your devices. So if you click on this and you click on Photo Stream, you'll see that these are all the photos that I took. And when you're on a Wi-Fi network, they all start automatically uploading to the cloud. And then I can access all of these same pictures, whether I'm on an iPad or a Mac, if you have the latest version of iPhoto installed, and also Apple TV. So that's just one example of how iCloud makes your life easier. Okay, so it looks the same, But the camera on the iPhone 4S has all new optics and improved backside illuminated sensor, and it bumps up the resolution from 5 megapixels to 8 megapixels. And we're going to show you what some of those results are. To get to the camera, if you're on the lock screen, all you have to do is just double press the home screen, the home button right here, and it launches right into the camera. And you see how fast that was? And you can just start firing away. Sometimes the autofocus takes a second to click in. But you can shoot almost as fast as you can press the shutter button. So in addition to the Siri personal assistant, there are some other benefits of the iPhone 4S's dual-core processor, and that also includes web surfing. We're going to bring up the New York Times, the desktop version on both of these devices, and see how fast they are. This is the iPhone 4 on the left and iPhone 4S on the right, and we're on the same Wi-Fi network. So you can see that the device on the right is considerably faster. We're at about 7 seconds fully loaded, and the one on the left is still going. Still going? We're about 30 seconds now. But you get the idea. I mean, we're at about 34 seconds or so, so that's a huge difference. So the iPhone 4S has one other trick up its sleeve, and it's only available on the 4S because this requires a dual-core processor, and that's AirPlay mirroring. So anything that you see on the iPhone 4S's display is capable of being streamed to an Apple TV. So all I have to do is just go into this menu here from the home screen, just a couple of swipes to the left, press this button, turn mirroring on, hit done, and then there you are. So now if I go back to the home screen, you could do anything from photos so here's one that we just took today. So you can use this for doing slideshows if you want to, if you don't already have them uploaded to iCloud. And there's one other cool thing that you can do, and that's play games. So if we fire this up, you can use your iPhone 4S as a remote control, and the game can be on the big screen. You'll notice that the resolution isn't as good because it's really designed for a small display, but we imagine that the titles are going to get even better. So as you can see here, even though we're getting really dizzy, you can play games at full screen with the iPhone 4S. There's a little bit of lag though. But you can do it, and you can't do this on any other smartphone. So the iPhone 4S definitely isn't perfect. I mean, there's some things that we wish it had, like true 4G speeds. We also wish that there was Facebook integration, but when you think about everything that the iPhone 4S offers, you have the dual-core processor, a really best-in-class 8-megapixel camera, and you also have a really unique and groundbreaking Siri personal assistant. You have the best phone on AT&T, and that's why we're giving it 4 out of 5 stars. This is Mark Spoonhour at Laptop Magazine, and this is our video review of the iPhone 4S.